What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the After Effect Podcast. I'm your host, LeBron Stephen, but you can call me L Beezy, L Boogie, Big Brian, Brian, B Ron, Bronny, whatever you choose. The choice is yours. Welcome to episode 44. We have a very, very special guest, Mike Daniels. He's back on the show from episode 12. The NFL defensive tackle is here to talk about matriculating through the whole NFL season. Fighting the coronavirus pandemic. We're going to talk about Championship Sunday that just ended with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers winning the NFC and the Kansas City Chiefs winning the AFC, and they'll be going to the Super Bowl in 2 weeks. We're going to talk some current events. Just kick game and knowledge to each other and continue to build these conversations. We're going to find out some things that he wants to do outside of football when he decides to hang it up and retire. So just sent him the link, and looks like he's jumping on right now. My dog. Can you
Bro,
hear me?
what's up, baby?
What's good, man?
Ain't nothing much, man. Ain't nothing much, big dog. It's going back to the Super Bowl, man.
Hey, let me test this out, man. Can you
hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me now?
I've been heard you.
Oh yeah, see, I figured that.
Yeah, I was
You
good.
can hear me. You can hear me now though.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was trying to figure this out because I had to use my phone because my laptop been acting up. Hey, what's good with you, bro, man? I appreciate you jumping back on, man. We on episode 44. The last one you was on, I think, was like 12, man. So we've been knocking these things out.
Dang, yeah. I need to get a real cam, man. Your camera looks clean, fresh. You look man, that looks good.
Yeah, it's crazy. This is off the phone. The phone damn near looks better than my laptop, to be honest.
Hold
Hey,
up.
so yeah, bro.
I'm about to do it off the phone.
Oh,
let me see something real quick.
You good. You good, to be honest. But it's up to you.
All right, it says I'm trying to check into the meeting.
Okay, I'm about to hit you. Oh, you might be on the other one.
No, I'm good.
Okay, now you got to.
Yeah, that's way better.
Now you got to. Okay, now you got to take the other one off. The one off of your laptop.
Yeah, but I'm trying to see something real quick.
Okay.
So if I'm looking like this, oh yeah, okay. It looks like I'm looking right at the camera, right?
Exactly. Yeah, you want a landscape like that.
All right.
So then you may just have to exit out your laptop one.
No, that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Let me just make sure. Let me see something, Brian.
All right.
All right, yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, you can hear me good?
Yeah, I can hear you good. I got my AirPods in.
All
right. Yeah, you turned your audio off on your laptop, but your visual is still showing.
Yeah, I know. Let me I'm trying to think of something real quick.
Yeah, if you're gonna use your phone, that's cool. Just exit out your other one.
Yeah. I just wanted to get the phone at a better
Yeah, no doubt. Like at a good angle and a good level and things like that.
Yes, sir. Let's see. Mm-hmm. I just that's better because I was too like it was like under me looking up. Like I don't like that. It looks crazy.
Yeah, I feel you.
All right, yeah, I'm liking this.
All right. I wondered. I gotta figure out how I get the other one off. Cause you close the other one out, right?
Oh shoot. Yeah.
The one on your laptop.
Hold on. Let me my bad, bro.
Yeah, I just say you still on both. Oh yeah, there we go. Hey, again, man, I appreciate you jumping on, man. I know you off season. I'm sure you got a lot going on.
Yeah, and I mean not too much right now.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. You set. So yeah, bro, we can you can hear me?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, we can dive right into it. I know we got the old goat and the young goat in the Super Bowl, man. You know, in the championship Sunday just ended. So just give me your take on those games, man. Who and then after you give me the take on those games, who wins the Super Bowl this year and why?
I would definitely have to say, you see two great players, right? And you see Brady, who's been doing it for so long. I
So
mean, they
long.
showed
10th Super Bowl.
bro, listen, they showed Brady in his first Super Bowl, and that was the same year Aaron Rodgers was a senior in high school. And Aaron is in what, year 16 himself. So like
Right.
that tells you how long both of those guys were playing. And
Right.
it really tells you how long how Brady's been playing, man. So
43.
he like what? I don't know how old Mahomes is, but
I think he's
he's
only
been
like
in the
25.
league 25. Okay, so he's
Yeah.
been in the league for 4 years, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken. And Brady is, I mean, we already know what kind of dude he is. You know what I'm saying? Like he's
Dog, animal.
he's a monster, man, and he's been one since he got to the league, and we know that. So this it shouldn't surprise anybody that Brady went to a whole other conference and then took out like the two elder statesmen, quarterback Hall of Famers of that conference, right?
And
You know, I'm not gonna
and
put Russell in that
and
category.
1 year and a non-conventional year with COVID, like no
Right.
real off season.
Exactly. So he's on a new team with a bunch of new guys, and they were talking about how they would work out at like the high school. So I'm thinking, how many quarterbacks was doing that?
Right,
You
nobody.
know, hey, how many quarterbacks was doing that? Hey, let's go meet up at this high school and let's get right. How many?
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
Some.
Right. It wasn't that many.
I like to say all, but I don't know. We know Brady did.
Right.
We know Brady did.
Right.
And you see the results. He takes down Breeze and then Rodgers, and that's crazy. You ran through.
Now I know you played for the Packers. You played for the Packers for 7 years, bro. Not to cut you off. What did you think about Matt LaFleur's call on that 4th and 1 to kick that field goal instead of going for it? Was that the right call?
Talking about that. I think I might have not been paying all the close attention to it or whatever.
Yeah.
But you know, coaches see things and know things that sometimes even players don't see or know, right? And we've all walked in the film rooms and got corrected on something that we was like, oh shoot, I didn't even realize that. Every player's been there. Every player's been there, including like a Brady. Like he's been there this year. There's gonna be something that happened in the game today. He's gonna go back and watch film. Coach gonna point out to him. He's gonna say, "Dang."
Yeah, he threw 3 picks. He threw 3 touchdowns. He threw 3 picks.
Yeah, right. So I don't know, man. I don't know. You know, obviously, you would think, hey, go for it. But if they go for it and miss, now what?
Right.
You
And it's
know what I'm
turnover
saying?
on
You don't
downs.
get the 3 points. And,
Right,
and then here's another thing. What point of the game was that?
Man, it was like 4 minutes left in the fourth, like 4:08, I believe. I was like 4th-and-1 or 4th-and-2.
Okay. Tampa Bay was physically abusing that team the whole game.
Yeah.
Like they
Yeah, they
opened up
play
the
hard.
game, and I saw the linebacker Rack Jones were all around the collar and shoulder. And then as he was going down, 2 more dudes came by and smacked him. I'm like, oh yeah, they're not playing. I'm like,
they was playing hard.
And I've been in Green Bay, and one thing I know about that is that physicality isn't necessarily like something that's preached over there.
Preached,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, it's a very more of a finesse type of team, and always kind of has been since I've been in the NFL at least, and that hasn't changed. And the Buccaneers are a smash mouth physical team, and you know as well as I know, smash mouth physical balls is going to come on top most of the time. Not all the time, but most of the time. So when you open up the game, trying to more or less take the running back's head off, you know, you try to take this man's soul out of his body. I mean, they knocked the boy out the game. He had a busted shoulder, they knocked him out the game. You know what I mean? So now as a coach, you're thinking, I'm not too thrilled about trying to run the ball, even though they had a couple good runs in the middle in the second half.
Right.
But when you know, and we've both seen it, when you got a defense that's setting the tone like that, there's just certain things that offense is going to say, I don't even know if we're going to do that.
Right.
So I think that had a part to play in it. You know, and coaches know what they're doing. But then again, you know, he could have went for it. You know what I'm saying? It's football, but that's my opinion.
Yeah.
I feel that the Buccaneers discouraged that with the way they've just been playing the entire game.
Yeah, man. I can attest to that. Like you said, the Bucs defense was just flying around, and I think JPP had 2.5 sacks, and then the other end, Barrett had like 2 sacks. It was getting
he had a bunch.
He had a bunch of pressures. Yeah. The Green Bay Packers offensive line had a hard time blocking them. So I thought the defense really established themselves early. And then you know, Brady, I think he had 2-3 touchdowns in the first half, but then he threw 3 picks in the second half. So he definitely the Packers had a chance. You know, they had the chance, and I know A-Rod was. My bad, my sister called me. I know A-Rod was talking about finally having that NFC championship in Lambeau because all the NFC or divisional rounds that you played in, y'all were always away, right? Y'all were never at home.
Yep. Seattle and Atlanta. Those are the places I played in.
Okay, yeah. So, you know, everyone expected big things. So, to see them go down, I'm sure that's a tough L for A-Rod, but I'm sure he'll bounce back. So man.
If you go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was saying, you know, you said everybody's expecting big things, but if you were watching the way the Buccaneers have been playing that entire playoff run, my thing was if that defense continues to play with that type of intensity, tenacity, and aggression, this game ain't going to be, you know.
You talking about the Super Bowl?
Well, I'm talking about the NFC Championship game.
Okay.
I was watching. I knew that the Buccaneers, they just was playing with a different edge and some really good discipline too. And you saw that early on. You saw that early on this game because I really felt like if they would have kept that up, if that defense from the Washington game and the New Orleans game would have came to Lambeau, it wouldn't matter if they played in a parking lot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Location wouldn't matter at that point because that defense was humming. And we saw it. We saw that. Now we saw the results.
Yeah. You're right, man. I am intrigued to see that Bucs defense versus the young GOAT, Patrick Mahomes, because, you know, he got that. Obviously, he cleared concussion protocol, but he got that turf toe. So he's not as mobile as he usually is. But with that being said, he does have 2 weeks to rehab and get right for the Super Bowl. But yeah, I think if the Bucs bringing that edge on defense like they played today, it's gonna be. And then obviously with the GOAT behind center, it's gonna be tough. I think it'll be a good game. You know, I'm excited about
it. Mahomes still has some good runs. Like they did they did an option, not an option, but a read zone with him, and he took off for 10. You know what I'm saying? Like he had a couple plays where he skated a little bit. Give him 2 more weeks. and then you figure the
Oh, he gonna be
adrenaline
good to go.
and
Super
whatever you're
Bowl.
gonna use to get right. Who knows?
You know that.
He gonna be running in 2 weeks.
You know that.
Trust that.
You know that. Yeah. You know that, man. Definitely, man. So next question. I try to stay away from politics on the podcast, man, but I really just wanted your opinion on the events that happened about 2 weeks ago when the White House was breached with, I think, over like 300 and something protesters or terrorists, whatever you want to call them. And that narrative was painted in the media that what if all those people were Black? What if all those people were a part of the Black Lives Matter movement? Do you like? Obviously, we both know we Black. We've grown up Black over our entire lives. We both know that if those people were Black, it wouldn't have ended like that. It would have been more deaths. It would have been more killings. It would have been more aggression. It would have been more arrests. So
no doubt.
I know that you're a father of five now, right?
Yeah.
4, 5, 5, right? So
five. Five. Yeah.
Yeah. Father of 5, Black man, husband. So, what was your take on that? And I know that you, that little Mike and some of your older kids are getting a bit older, and I'm sure they're still young, so you don't really have to explain it to them. But what was your take on just those kind of events happening, and then I'm sure you kind of had to like think ahead on how you feel that you need to explain these kind of events to your kids, as they get older. And obviously they're Black kids growing up, so they have to learn how to navigate the world. So just give me your take on those events, man, because it's just I think 2020 was just the weirdest year ever. We've never had to walk through a coronavirus pandemic. We've never had to wear masks. We both was born in 1989, so we're all just figuring this thing out, navigating the best that we can, man. But I think being Black is finally really coming on the forefront, and people are really starting to understand what that means to be Black, how you have to change yourself or conform to certain things or do this or do that just to feel accepted or just to give yourself a chance to be accepted. So like, what's your just reaction to that in general?
My reaction to that is I'm not surprised because a lot of the white supremacists, far right extremists, whatever you want to call them, right? They've been talking about that type of stuff for some time now. You know what I mean? I was in Michigan when they stormed the Capitol, and then when they were talking about like tying up the some of the people that's involved in the government out there and stuff, doing kidnappings and things like that. So holding hostages, stuff like that. So they've been talking like that. It wasn't a surprise. You know what I'm saying? Like if you were really paying attention, it was not a surprise. So when it happened, I just, I'm like, well, about time. You know what I mean? About time in the sense of like, this was bound to happen. It was bound to happen. Then it finally happened. I'm like, oh, okay, so they finally did it. You know what I mean? And as well as I know.
Did it trip you out that because I read several articles where they said like 3 of the Congress women or men or people were involved in helping them to breach the White House. Like, did that surprise you? Because that really surprised me. I'm like, wow, Congress people are actually involved in this. Like what is really going on? What world are we living in right now?
They said it was some of the Capitol Hill officers, and we're living in the same world that we've always lived in. Ain't none of this new. You know what I mean? Yeah. And we just had some folks decide to turn up, with some help, and that was just that. None of that was surprising. You know what I mean? Like, where I grew up. You know what I'm saying? You know what I've been exposed to and been around. So none of that was surprising to me. You know what I mean? Because certain things I'm a little more privy to. You know what I'm saying? Because of what my what I've been around in my life, and I really just wasn't even moved by the emotion. I wasn't moved. I just was like, okay, well, I got to make sure I'm protecting me and mine by any means necessary. Because who knows when the turn up might go somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Which we know that might not really happen because we listen, bro. We get a bunch of teenagers in the street protesting. They bring out tanks and tear gas. You know what I'm saying? So we are unique. We are a unique people, man. And there's nothing wrong with that. And that's what they do. That's what they did. Like I said, man, we know if they was Black. We already know what time it was, man. That almost goes without being said. You know what I mean? Like to me, the whole, if it was black people out there, that goes without being said.
Right.
We already know what would happen.
Right, but it's still like, it's 2021. Like, why is it? Because that's what frustrated me is like you said, we already know what happened with black people, but it's like, why is it that way? Like, it's 2021. There literally has been no growth over all these years after we were after we were granted freedom and slavery was over. But it's still that negative connotation on black people. Like, oh, those black people. Oh, okay, everything is always 10 times worse when it's a black person. Like, and that's what's so frustrating. So I guess I wanted to segue into like, I know you got a big family. You always wanted a big family. You literally manifested that since we were like 19, 20. I'm sure, I know the kind of guy you are. So I know that you never felt any pressure having a big family, having to be the leader of a big family and making sure everybody is straight. But have you ever had to just kind of like really dive deep into your head, into those thoughts to make sure you're telling your kids the right things on how to act, what to do if this happens, what to do if Johnny or Billy says this to them? Like, have you ever second guessed yourself? Like, oh, maybe I forgot to tell them like this, or maybe I forgot to tell your daughter this, or maybe I forgot to tell one of your other sons that. Like, has it ever been any of those thoughts, or you just kind of stay confident in your morals and how you was raised, and make sure every day you're pouring into them and they just kind of like just believing in that?
Yeah. So as a parent, you're always going to feel like you're not doing enough. You're not teaching them enough. You're forgetting something, whatever. And when you have a child, your parents become a whole lot smarter. Like, you start to understand a lot of their,
tactics and ways.
Every time you walking out the house, hey, son, make good decisions. Yeah, Pop, I make good decisions.
Yeah.
But he has to make sure he constantly pounds that into my head, because he's like, bro, I don't want you to make a bad one, because I know what making a bad decision can lead to. And if you just make a good one, it erases everything. So, and that could be with anything. As a parent, hey, make sure you wear your jacket, bro. I'm 31. I know how to take care of that. But it's funny. Jerry Seinfeld actually had a joke about it on one of his stand-ups, one of like his earlier episodes, where he was actually joking about how his mom still tells him about making sure he wears a jacket. But as a parent, you're gonna do that. You always like you just don't want your kids to mess up too much. They're gonna make a decision here or there where they go like, dang, I could have made a better decision, because we're all humans, we're flawed, and some things you're going to learn the hard way. Hopefully, it's not the things that are too detrimental to your life, or things that leave too bad of a scar. But you're always going to feel like you're not doing enough, you're not saying enough, and you're not preparing them enough. So you're always
it's a never-ending thing, never-ending battle, kind of.
Never stops, man. So that's just one thing. Regarding just educating them, I'm letting them know off rip, because Billy or Johnny or whatever, and you're when you eventually have kids, whatever, if that's what you're looking for, whoever, for anyone who, when they have kids,
2 or 3 more years, I'll be ready.
yeah, man, look, take your time. But as us, as Black Americans, man, like when you are like you grew up in the city, you know what I'm saying? I grew up out in the suburbs, so Billy and Bobby and Johnny, they going call him a nigga like kindergarten. Your kid going to hear that, you know what I'm saying? Because like I lived that, I grew up with that, you know what I mean? So your kids got to know off rip, you black, yo. You in kindergarten, but they gonna look at you like, okay, yo, they gonna treat you like as if you was a 5th grader, yo. Damn near like a grown man. You know what I mean? Because we've seen that. We've seen our Black American babies, and just black babies in general in this country, get handcuffs put on them. 9-year-olds, 6-year-olds, kindergartners, because they were being unruly or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that's where all that starts. So now the white kids see that and be like, yo, dang, I got a black classmate who just got put in handcuffs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now he's going to like think back on that when he's saying, yo, I'm about to go storm a Capitol building. You know what I mean? Because I can get away with certain things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to see as much time as my black classmates, or in this case, the blacks in this country. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to know off rip, man. They got to know off rip. My dad made sure we knew off rip. And it's not to know so you can be angry or have hatred or whatever. It's to know so that you know how to navigate, you know how to move, and you know how to not be a fool and keep your eyes open.
Right. You know I mean? So you almost kind of just got to be just straight up front, like, you know, and
ain't
let
no
them know what
time
it
you gotta
is.
be straight up with it. Period.
Yeah.
Like they gotta know. Bruhs was hanging from trees. The kids gotta know that from the time they can start knowing things, bro. They gotta know what it is, man. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that way they'll one have pride for the progress we've made, and two, they'll be able to know, okay, you do got bad people out here. Like you got some people that you got people out here that was hanging brothers from trees who taught their kids, who taught their kids, who taught their kids. Yo, that's what we do. And quite frankly, I wish I could hang them all. You know what I mean? And that kid may not necessarily act on that, but it might come out in other ways, subtle ways. You know what I'm saying? Or it might be overt. So you don't see. I don't want my kids to be surprised when somebody call them a nigga. I want them to know, okay, I'm not. You know what I mean? If that's how you was, it was a matter of time before you went there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want my kids surprised or getting upset or whatever. I want them being like, yo, okay, I'm not. Hey, okay, so you the one then. Now, which else? And I mean, who else is going to reveal themselves in that way? Right. You know what I mean?
Right.
And as you know, we went to school in Iowa, damn near all white, and we had a lot of. I mean, like we had some really dope people over there, man. Like you mentioned, Carl Klug was like one of the best human beings you've ever met, bro, and he was, man.
Literally, still to this day.
Shout outs to my white brothers at Iowa, man. You know what I mean?
Yes, shout out to
like
them.
there was some good dudes, and they rolled with us, bro, and they still with us. They rock with us, man. And I respect them for that, and I appreciate them for that. You know what I mean? Definitely. So it's another thing. Once again, you don't want your kids growing up thinking white people bad. No, they need to know, hey, you got bad people, right? Like, case in point, you from Cleveland, I'm from Jersey. Bruhs get shot, man. Straight bullets that murder babies, man. You know what I mean? So it's like, yo, it's not that white people bad or black people bad. You got bad people. You know what I'm saying?
General, yeah.
It's just in general. Just that this is just something that's been woven into the fabric of this country. You know what I mean? Racism. And that's just something they got to know. But they also got to know, like, yo, anybody will do you wrong. Anybody. It ain't just white or black. You know what I'm saying? So that's that's how I approach it with mine. You know, they just pick your company wisely. Don't matter what color they are.
Definitely, man. That's a great insight on that. I always wanted to get your opinion on that because I know you always wanted the big family. So, but I know you take big, good and big responsibility of that. So I appreciate that inside candor, on being a father, being a black father, being a black husband. So yeah, man. Next question, bro. Because the last time we talked was July, and you hadn't signed with the Cincinnati Bengals. You signed with them in August. So, man, just give me some details on navigating. Obviously, this was year 9 for you, but give me some details on navigating through an entire NFL season with COVID protocols, having to get tested every day, having to wear a mask everywhere, different players, different coaches getting COVID, having to fight through that, but still stay on top of your conditioning, fighting through injuries. I know this year was so different from the previous 8. So just talk to me about some different things that went on during the season, man.
So can I tell you about how wonderful camp was?
Yeah.
Listen, man, here's camp. Here was camp. First of all, you had to get tested for COVID every single day. Every single day. And that's what it was.
Just once a day, twice a day, just in the morning?
Nah, just once a day. Okay. But you get during camp we get tested for COVID. You know what I'm saying? You would have breakfast, we have a meeting, go out to practice, and then go home every day.
Oh, no meetings after practice?
Huh?
No meetings after practice?
All meetings were on Zoom at the practice, bro.
Oh,
during camp,
everything's Zoom.
You was actually going back to your house at like noon or 1 o'clock every day.
You wasn't in the hotel?
So I was in the hotel because I didn't have a house yet. But everybody else that was already living there, they were going to their house. Could you imagine, bro? During camp, different. The whole point of camp is to lock you away.
Right.
And break you mentally and have you in meetings up. We got meetings in the morning. We got practice and y'all go home. Bro, camp days were shorter than regular season days, bro, because of the Zoom, because everything was remote. Everything was Zoom meetings after practice. You was going home every camp. You was going home every day. Could you imagine that, bro?
I cannot imagine that. That's crazy.
So that was a whole lot less mental stress and physical stress. So, being in that building all day is draining. So that was different. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like if guys weren't going to have an off season in the building and training and stuff with the team, then during camp, you can't keep them there all day because you got to kind of have a OTA method, a IPW method. Like, we're going to have you in here just for a few hours and you guys are out and we can do Zoom meetings because the guys, you can't just take guys literally from being at home all day, every day to like, yo, you guys are in here until 10 p.m. every day. Bro, that's going to put guys' bodies down because just guys they're not conditioned. You got to build up to that. Remember, we had spring ball and training before we went to camp in college. We didn't just go straight into being in the building, the facility all day. That's not how I rock. You know what I mean? So that's how camp went. The season was regular. It was like a regular season day. You just had to test COVID every day. You had to wear tracers. You had to wear tracers so it could make sure
trace you if you was around somebody that actually contacted COVID.
Bro, if somebody got COVID and you was a close contact, like I remember the Dolphins game. We were in Miami. I got a call and said, "Hey, you were close contact with somebody who had COVID." So I was like, "Okay, what does that mean?" Well, we're gonna question everybody, do some other things, and we're gonna let you know. I'm like, "Yo, what does that mean for the game?" Oh, you can't leave your room. I'm like, "Okay, hold on, bro. What was supposed to happen?" So they had to deliver food to my room and everything like that. I couldn't leave my room. And I'm sitting there thinking, there's a chance I might have to be quarantined for a couple of days. I could miss the game.
Yeah, like so mentally, like not play.
Mentally, that mess you up because on game day, just everything.
Yeah, you get your mind right. You ready to play,
bro. So if you tell somebody, yo, you might not play, and now it's like, and a lot of players experience that when you're a rookie or you're a guy who might be activated, deactivated, or whatever. But that's just tough mentally. You know what I mean? Like, yo, so what's on? You know what I mean? And like I said,
and this how y'all feed your families. Like this your livelihood.
Right, man. Right. So that's how they handle close contacts. If somebody got COVID, they had to go quarantine in the hotel. Like before the last game of the season, I got COVID, right? So I had to quarantine in the hotel for 10 to 14 days. See what I'm saying? And that was tough. You know what I mean? That was tough. But
what symptoms did you have when you had it? Because I know my twin sister, she caught it.
Yeah.
Did you have any symptoms or you were asymptomatic?
I was really achy. I couldn't really sleep. I felt like I had the flu the first few days. I was tossing and turning a lot. I sweat a whole lot the first night. And I woke up with the call from the head trainer. Hey, man, Mike, you tested positive for COVID-19. And I said, well, that's why I must feel. That's probably why I feel like this. And I'm in just dressed in sweat. It was crazy. But it wasn't like any really real headaches. It just felt like you had the flu. You know what I mean? Room kind of spinning a little bit.
I got you.
You feel me? And then like day 5, maybe day 6, I had some slight. I lost the smell, some slight loss of taste for like a day and a half.
Okay, not that long, no.
Nah, and then I felt better. I just kind of go outside, to get some fresh air, go back to the room. After about 7-8 days, I'll do that. But that was really it. I'll tell you what, though, you definitely would get exhausted and winded pretty fast.
Super fast.
Super fast. That sucked. You know what I'm saying? That's tough. That is tough.
Oh yeah, especially when your profession is like a physical, like you need your body and your wind to do what you do, job wise. That's.
And then on game day, and with game day, we had to wear like you had to get your temperature test and everything like that, and then they social distance. So, like we had like the D line
lockers was like every other locker and all that.
Yo, every other locker, which was great because then you had a free locker next to you. You could put your crap in there. You know what I mean? But like our meeting room was in the was like right by the weight room. The weight room had like some turf, 30 yards of turf or whatever. And they put a projector up and they set some tables up. So we were definitely distanced. They definitely did a great job distancing, man. And when you would travel, they would have the big dividers or whatever. And you had to wear a mask. Well, like this. Once it got to like week, I want to say 12, masks were mandatory. You could only be in the locker room a certain amount of time. We were at one point we had to go back to doing Zoom meetings.
They would set the facility down, right? If somebody
facility shut,
tested
Zoom
for
it
or traced it, or
right. But then what they did, they would do Zoom meetings. They started doing Zoom meetings in the press press boxes, and that way we could be in the facility without having to like worry about meetings at home. Now you got to travel and then go back. Nah, we just did meetings like that. Then we did Zoom meetings at home. So it cut out like the extra 2 hours you would be in a facility after practice and stuff, which was cool because now you could just do the meetings in the comfortability of your home. See what I'm saying? And then on the field, which was the weirdest thing, you had to wear Zoom meeting. You had to wear Zoom meeting. You had to wear a mask while working out, which was
yo, bro. Give me a second. I gotta make sure my sister is good.
Yeah, no doubt.
She been calling me nonstop.
Yeah.
See, this is why it's weird being on my phone instead of my laptop.
Nah, no doubt. Phone got the great camera. Shoot.
Yeah, I see. I was declining her call. I think she may have thought something was wrong.
Nah. Check on your peoples, man.
Oh yeah. Okay, here we go. We good.
We good?
My sister, man. Yeah. We good. Yeah. I talk. Yeah, me and her talk almost every day. So I never decline her calls.
That's your twin sister, bro.
She may have thought something was wrong. I told her I had an interview scheduled for the night, but she may have forgot.
Tell Brittany I said hi, man. Next time you talk to her, man.
Yeah.
Good people.
I'll definitely let her know.
Happy and smiling and stuff. Every time I seen her, I'll be like, man, she way nicer than her brother. LeBron, man.
Right.
Me mugging, bro.
Right.
I see you, bro. You said the Iowa jersey in the back too, man. I ain't even peep.
Oh yeah. But, I tried to as I developed the podcast, I tried to put some stuff back there. It's crazy. I forgot who I was talking to. Oh no, I had TP on here, Terrence Pryor, a couple episodes ago. We had a real deep conversation, but I was telling him how this is literally the first time I ever even hung up my jersey, bro. Like I always just had it in the closet somewhere, like hidden in the back, never really wanted to like revisit it or anything like that. So this is literally the first time I ever even hung it up. Like, so it's a weird thing, just not peeling stuff back from that time, but just kind of like understanding what's valuable in our experiences and all the different things that we accomplished, like understanding that that's valuable. So this is literally the first time I ever hung it up.
It's accomplishment, bro. You graduated college, man. You played Big Ten football,
in the Big Ten,
bro. Right. You played on a ranked team, man. Like, you was part of a lot of great stuff. So
exactly. But
one last thing. Yeah. Wearing masks during workouts is crazy. Wearing masks
I don't see how y'all did that. You can't breathe.
Bro, listen. Guys found ways, that's all I'm gonna say. And then on the sideline, every time you come back on the sideline, first thing in mind, I need a mask. You ain't thinking about water down, let me get my mask so I don't get fined by the league and y'all don't like start drawing like saying, oh, where's this mask at? You need a mask.
Yeah, I saw they was finding some coaches and some players because they was on the sideline for too long without wearing a mask. I'm like, they're on the sideline for 2 minutes without wearing the mask. Like, like, man, I know that was hard to navigate through. That's why I asked you that question, like, man, because this season was so different.
Bro, it just was different. Like, if we had to do this again like this next year, it'd be way smoother. You know what I mean? But for the first time, it was crazy. It was crazy the first time, man. We had one time they showed us pictures of guys walking into the facility without masks on. Like, yo, the league is watching. Put your mask on when you walk in the building. I'm like,
right.
yo,
The league is watching like
playing.
crazy.
They're not playing. But
They're
look,
not playing
they
at
succeeded.
all.
They succeeded. The Super Bowl is in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 weeks from when this
got through the
podcast
whole
recorded.
season.
2 weeks from when this podcast recorded. But they 2 weeks, bro. Like they did it. NBA did it. NBA started up again. You know, so college football did it. So it can be done.
Right.
Take the precautions and whatnot. It can be done. We see that.
Right. So, man, let me get your take on this. Obviously, we weren't sure about Big Ten football transpiring, and you know, it was a delay, and it came back in October. But what is your take on some of the changes that you saw at our alma mater? Obviously, we both played at Iowa, graduated from there as well. We know all the things that came out in June over the summer, and we talked about it in July on episode 12. And we were optimistic about some changes that they were making, things like that once the season started. But so what is your take on some of the things that they did make changes on? Guys can wear hats now. Guys can wear earrings in the game. Guys can dance in the locker room and play rap music in the locker room and kind of authentically be themselves and while still going to class and doing their student obligations and still being a student athlete, taking care of business. But it was refreshing to see. I saw a video of a guy swag surfing and grittying and all these different things, and I damn near shed a tear, man, because I literally could not.
I'm happy for them.
Yeah,
happy for them, bro. And like when I went back in 2014, this is just 2014. What, this is 3 years removed? Dude, I heard Bobby Schmurder move that dope. You know what I mean? The John over. I'm like, Kinnick, like, no way.
Okay.
Then after the game, they was turning up in the locker room, man. Like, I'm like, what?
You know, we couldn't do that when we was there.
Please. And then seeing it now, like I already knew, like, yo, this is going to progress, but it's going to take something for it to get over the hump. And what happened, everything, I think that, like, you know, that did something. Plus, you know, social media now. So it's like
social media,
you know,
played a big factor, I think.
Well, you see everything other teams are doing, and you know, if you don't, you'll lose recruits if you don't get with the times. You know what I'm saying?
You got to get with the times. Yeah, you got to elevate. You got to grow,
it, man. You can still have the Iowa way, that grit, that we 2 stars, nobody wanted us. We coming
playing hard, playing physical, playing tough.
Bro. Over a bunch of overachievers that are pissed off. Yeah, you can still you can have that. You're gonna have that.
Exactly,
bro. You're gonna have it even more. You know what I'm saying? And we saw that. Who did Iowa beat in the bowl game this year?
They bowl game got canceled. They're supposed to play Missouri.
It did get canceled.
It got canceled. Yeah,
it did get canceled. Dang.
Yeah, it got canceled.
That's right. Who are they supposed to play? Was it
Missouri? Missouri, I believe.
Missouri in the Inside Bowl. That's right.
Yeah. Well, not in the Inside Bowl, in a different bowl, but you know, we played Missouri in 2010. They was loaded. They had Blaine Gabbert and Alden Smith, and they had
the tight end. They had the one tight end that was really good. I forget his name though, but he was nice.
Yeah.
They had Alden Smith, Sheldon Richardson. You know what I mean? Yep. They
had a squad.
They were good.
Yeah, but, definitely.
But
like you say, man.
I love seeing
as alumnus, that's all you want to see. You want to see the current guys having a good experience, like, you know what I mean, being able to enjoy their years, because we know when we were there, we didn't have some of those enjoyment. Yeah,
there was none of that. Listen, I remember the DBs used to like take tape and like lightly tape it all the way up their arms, so like they had half sleeves. You couldn't wear half sleeves, bro. And then do you remember when we got cussed out before the orange
for wearing those armbands,
bro?
For wearing those black armbands.
I'm like, you not even finna put us on the field, bro. You know what I mean? Like, what's
the BCS Orange Bowl? We can't wear armbands on our.
So then also, Remember I sent you the picture of they was like posed up and everything? I'm like, yo, look at these guys. Like, they really flicked up right now, man. In full uniform, bro. Like, it was like a photo shoot. I'm like, yo, no way. No way. But that's the time. Because
exactly. It's definitely progression.
Recruits ain't going to want to come.
Exactly. It's 2021. You got to run your program a certain way to portray and appeal to the new society, recruits, and that's what they want to see. And obviously, we both know they have those amazing facilities. So you want to show recruits that your program is being ran a bit more open. Guys are being able to be themselves, but still handle their business. So it was like I said, man, it was refreshing to see.
It's a real shame we took the dud to Northwestern, or else we'd have been in the championship game. Because them dudes were rolling. They were rolling.
Exactly.
Took 2 L's and went.
Man, all we had to do is beat Northwestern. We would have been there.
We would have been there, bro. And I'm gonna keep it a full buck. We would have gave them the O a little more run, because they know when they play us, it's gonna be real physical. Every team got an identity. Northwestern, bro, they're tough. They're not gonna mess up. We're physical.
Bro, you already know. We always play Ohio State. We always get them, the best game, the best competition in the Big Ten. So yeah, let me ask you this, bro. What, obviously, you being a former D lineman at the University of Iowa, having an amazing career there, everyone knows that. What was your take on the performances from Chauncey Golston and Davion Nixon? Davion Nixon, consistent All-American, made some humongous plays, just really turned this game up, and Chauncey Golston as well. But defensive tackle, defensive end, they're saying Chauncey Golston could be a multiple guy, starting at defensive end, but moving inside sometimes as well. What was your take on? I watched both of their film. I watched some of their highlights actually today earlier. I was kind of just not really critiquing, but just kind of seeing what they were good at and things like that. I think they're both like enormously athletic and things of that nature. And it was cool to see guys being able to go inside and do inside moves and explode at the quarterback and things like that. But obviously, they got a different coach there now. So you being almost about to be a 10-year veteran in the NFL, what's your take on some of their games, if you will, just from whatever you saw from them?
They're both ridiculously athletic, like you said, man. And we've always gotten some athletic freaks at Iowa. We always have. And it's just nice to see that those two are allowed to rock out. Like, it's like they were given a green light. You guys go play, make plays, be dominant, represent. And that's exactly what them dudes did, man. And I love every minute of it. I love every minute of it. They play with their hands. They play physical. They play with leverage. They use the athleticism, hit the moves and all that. They teams that got old linemen literally didn't know what to do with them.
Right.
And they're both going to. That's all going to translate to the league too. I love
exactly. Me as well, man. I love seeing those guys ball out, especially when Davion Nixon got that interception to get to the house in Happy Valley, man. So that was a super dope play. Tell me this, bro, because I remember seeing your interview on NFL Network when basically you vouched for Joe Burrow, saying like he was one, obviously the best rookie quarterback, but he would end up being one of the top quarterbacks. And I think that very next game, and he was balling, I mean, making plays for you all, for the Cincinnati Bengals organization. Then the very next game, I think he tore his ACL or had a season-ending injury. So just talk about what you saw from him close up, eye to eye, being on the team that you never saw out of a rookie quarterback, obviously, because the throws he made, the pocket awareness that he had, a lot of things that he showed we've never seen from a rookie quarterback. Like like you said in the NFL Network interview, he was kind of above his years, like, right? He, like, when you watch him play, you would think he maybe was a 4th or 5th year guy, but this was only his rookie year. So just talk about that a little bit, what you saw from him and what you kind of see for his future.
Man, that dude, I saw it as soon as I got there, man. Yeah. Like my first couple of days there, I see dude, because my locker was across from his. And just the way he carried himself, man, in the locker room, then when they got to practice, and he really had that. He looked like he was I'm assuming this is how he was at LSU. That's how he looked. He looked like, man, I'm back at LSU. I got to do what I got to do as the quarterback, the leader of this offense, leader of this team. Let's go win some games. You know what I mean? That's how that's how he carried himself. And I made the comparison to Aaron with him, Aaron Rodgers. I made that comparison back during camp. I said, yo, he's vet. And he's got that same type of poise that Aaron's got.
That same kind of moxie.
Yes, man. Yes, man.
Yeah.
Yes,
I could see that too. I could see that too.
Yeah,
it was definitely messed up.
He was balling. He was balling. I think I looked up one time during the game at the screen and showed the fantasy quarterback season leaders. He was like at number 9 or 10 or something amongst all quarterbacks.
He had 2,688 passing yards and 15 touchdowns, 90% passer rating. In those first 10 games, obviously before he got hurt. For a rookie, that's like, that's amazing.
Yo, he was rookie of the year, hands down.
Easily.
And I know the boy from the Vikings did good, but Joe was going to be rookie by the year. Like,
easily.
If he rookie of the year, like, easily. Yeah. So the Bengals definitely got one with him. It's going to be interesting to see the division with him, Lamar, Baker, and, looks like Big Ben, we don't know.
It's up in the air. We don't know what he's gonna do. Yeah,
but they're up in the air in general. Yeah, because the other three teams is like rocking
rolling right now. Yeah.
Bro, we beat them
all
on Monday
led by
night.
young quarterbacks. They are
by young quarterbacks. Yeah, by young quarterbacks, and then we beat them Monday night with our third string quarterback. So it's like the AFC North is definitely going to be up for grabs now. Looks like going to be up for grabs, bro.
Yeah,
definitely give Joe some more time. And I feel like with Coach Zach Taylor, who I really like Zach Taylor. Zach Taylor's awesome. Let him work with this. What you saw what they did together this year. Now give him, granted Joe's gonna be coming back and rehabbing stuff, but give him time with this dude. In about 3 years, he gonna be like that bull. I'm trying to tell you, he really is.
Easily. So I gotta ask you a locker room question, bro, because I know that you battled some injuries this year with Cincinnati, and Geno Atkins did as well. But I remember when you first signed with them, the first thing that I thought about is like, man, Mike D and Geno Atkins in this game at the same time, they can literally wreak havoc on the entire league. So I gotta ask you this: have you and Geno ever had any personal conversations just about damn, bro, I wish we could have both stayed healthy, because I know Geno battled injuries all season. He didn't hardly even get to play. He battled injuries all season. But did you guys ever have any conversations like that? Like, man, do you know what we could have done if we both could have stayed healthy all at the same time? Or did you all ever discuss that at all?
Yo, if me and Geno were both playing at 75 to 70%, we're raising hell. See what I'm saying? If we're out on the field together, raising hell.
Right.
And
easily.
I think we only, because Geno played, I played during the same time. We were both in the same games together, but we didn't actually get to line up with each other on the field. I think we only did it 3 times.
Okay.
I never understood that. You would think, let me and Geno go and tear it up, but we only lined up together 3 times, if I remember correctly. So I never really understood the reasoning behind that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't understand it. And it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? But nah, man.
Yeah, like I said, that's the first thing I thought about, man. These two dudes on the field at the same time. Pro bowlers, just hard-nosed guys.
Bro, you got a Hall of Famer and a Pro Bowler, bro. Like, what's going to happen if they're out there together, man? That's crazy, right?
Exactly.
That's crazy. But unfortunately, he had to finish the year on IR and things like that. You know what I'm saying? And it just, it just is what it is, man.
Is he our age?
Don't always have it the way you want it.
Is he our age?
He's a year older. He's only 1 year older, man. Only 1 year older.
Okay.
So roughly,
I can remember that. Okay, that was a question I always wanted to ask. So tell me this, man: 252 tackles, 30 sacks in your 9-year career. Going into year 10, who does Mike D want to play with? one Pro Bowl as a starter, 2 as a reserve, three consecutive years top 100. I mean, what else is it to accomplish other than obviously like winning the ring? Who does Mike D want to play for in year 10?
Man, clearly you always like to stay where you at, but you just don't know how the business works itself out. So anywhere where I can go and just play, anywhere I can go play. Realistically, it don't even matter, man, because I'm finally healthy, man. I got to come off a foot injury 2 years ago, a foot injury last year, a foot injury this year, and now it's like, yo, it is what it is, man. Let's go. Like, I'm finally starting off in the off season fully healthy, getting busy, training, rocking out, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really, really excited just to get myself ready for whoever wants me.
Yeah.
I'm super hyped.
Have you already started training, or are you just kind of taking it easy these first couple of weeks in January, go turn it up in February? Have you been able to go on vacation anywhere, or you just been relaxing, kicking back?
Nah, man, I've been kicking a little bit, you know what I'm saying, feet up and everything, but like I started a little bit of stuff last week, just, some small stuff, nothing too crazy, and really gonna start getting rolling this week, man. I'm hyped. I'm hyped.
Yeah.
There's just no way to put it. I'm just really hyped for this all season.
Yeah, I'm hyped for you, man. How many, because I turned 32 this year, you turned 32 this year as well. How many more years do you want to play? Do you have a certain number in your head, or are you just kind of taking it season by season?
I'm gonna play until they tell me you're not allowed to play no more. Until they tell me you're not allowed to play no more, or unless I physically
they lock you out the complex.
Right? Yeah. Exactly. Until then, I'm rolling, baby. I'm going.
Okay. So man. So we're going into almost literally 11 months of being in the global coronavirus pandemic. We're both almost 32 years old. We've never had to walk through a pandemic like this, man. So in these last 10 to 11 months, how have you felt that you've had to grow physically, emotionally, spiritually? I mean, I kind of know the spirit. I know the physical part. I saw you going super hard at your workouts and, really just locking in, but more so spiritually, emotionally. How did you handle all those kinds of emotions and still being the husband, still being the son, still being a father, still wearing that leadership hat? How did you have to grow emotionally and spiritually during these last 11 months? As like, obviously we all had to find a way how to navigate because this was new for all of us, but you being a leader of a big family, like how are you able to center yourself just to kind of get through these kind of things?
Man, and this is like a cliche statement, but I couldn't get too high on the highs. I couldn't get too low on the lows, man. I had to stay even.
Kill.
I just had to focus on staying even so that I could think clearly, right? I became such a better communicator for my wife, for my kids this year, just with everything going on, because I really had to, and I'm actually glad that I had to, because I'm a much better father, much better husband and father, and overall person because of that. Really had to sit, and I had to listen better. I had to improve my listening, because a lot of things get said without being said when people are talking. And if you're really in tune with listening, then you'll be able to peep and know what's going on and better help somebody out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
listen more than you speak.
Bro, and when you listen, like, focus on what's being said.
Yeah, validate what you're hearing.
Yes, and then what's not being said will smack you upside the head so much you'll go like, oh my goodness.
All right.
Now I know how to help this person. Now I know how to be a better me. Now I know how to improve myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So this 2020 for me was just really so much about elevation, man. So much about elevation and just getting better as a man, as a person. And that's what happened. And it reflected in my play, and it reflected in my play on the field, it reflected in my workouts. I was turned up, and I still am. I'm not going to stop here. You know what
Exactly.
I mean? And everybody
in
my house. Yo, listen, everybody in my house is benefiting from it too, man.
Yeah.
Everybody, man. So it definitely was just a lot of reflection, inspection of self, and
definitely.
really seeing where do I need to improve? Where am I going wrong? How can I get better?
Right.
You know?
Right. Exactly. Definitely, man. I appreciate your sincerity in that, man. So yeah, last question. I believe I know I asked you on episode 12 what was your after effect. So I guess I just want to know, has anything changed? I know you're going into year 10. We don't know how many years you're going to play, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 years, whatever God says. But I know you've hosted BET Gospel Awards, you've done cooking shows with your mom. I know that you said that you wanted to do something in the community as far as pass rushing or as far as developing younger players. So have you started to have you found yourself kind of like peeling back those layers as far as the life after football, the after effect of after football, and kind of what you want to full-time delve into when football is over, or just kind of be a serial entrepreneur and do hosting and do coaching and do several different things? Have you thought about that?
Yeah, and quite frankly, I got some good stuff lined up for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And a lot of things is in the earlier phases, the developmental phases, of course.
Of course. Yeah.
But man, I'm just, yo.
I know you're gonna have some dope stuff going on.
Yeah, man. Listen, when I'm done like playing, man, it's gonna be pretty freaking good, man. What I'm gonna have rocking, man. I'm really liking that. I'm really looking forward to that. That's gonna be super cool, you know. And I don't want to say I'm looking forward to it, because that means I'm looking forward to my retirement, which
right.
I'm locked in. So no,
right.
But dang, when I'm done, I'm chilling. I'm good. Yeah. I'm ready for the next thing, man. Because this is going to be really fun.
I was just about to ask you that. Like, do you think your transition will be easy because you made it to the top level of football? You made a lot of money. You've been able to take care of your family and set up life after football exactly how you wanted to, and you got those resources and all those things. But do you feel like after playing 10, 11, 12, 13 years, how many years you end up playing, you will easily be able to hang it up like, okay, man, I did my due diligence. I did this. I did that. I accomplished this. I'm good. Let me transition to this. Or do you feel like you still have that itch to play because that competitor in you is never going to leave?
So you're going to have the itch. That's just, everybody that's done playing always has like that. Dang, yo, I would love one more snap. I
can still get out there and do it.
I would love to have one more snap, but I know I can't go do that. So, you know, but because I know what I want to do, because I know me and my people's good, me and my family good, because I know, like, I'm a dad. I got 5 kids, bro. I get to raise, like, I get to be
full-time dad.
More time to
school,
be involved with them and raise them. Yeah, man. Like that, I'm looking forward to that, man. I'm looking forward to that. Like this, during the pandemic, they couldn't go to school anymore. So they was home every day. Mm-hmm. That was beautiful. I love that so much. I truly cherish that time.
Yeah, I bet.
We homeschooling now. You know, like I'm loving it. I got my babies with me, man. I can teach them so much.
Yeah, on an everyday basis.
Yeah, man. Man, I get to lace them with game every single day, man.
Every day.
All day. Whenever something pops in my head, hey, come here, let me talk to you. That's excellent.
That's what you want. Yeah, special. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Hey, that's dope, man. Well, that's actually all I had, man. I appreciate you carving out the time, and I think you're my first guest to jump back on for a second episode, man. I appreciate the support. I appreciate you carving out the time, man.
Hopefully there's many more, man. I'm sure
it's gonna be many more. We almost had a half a century. We going for 100, man. Looking for about to drop some merch soon, and like I was telling you a couple of weeks ago, man, going to start kind of trying to maybe look at distribution deals as well, man. So, but just stand prayed up. Never know when things are going to happen. Just trying to build a platform, kind of from the ground up, obviously. So.
Well, look, Brian, boy, I love you, man. I really appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for having me twice. That's big, man. That's a huge compliment, man. Seriously, you trying to, you was trying to get this thing off the ground. Now you're doing it. Now you're doing some big things. And you said, Mike, I would love to have you on again. That really meant a lot to me, man. So thank you for holding me in such a high regard. And for the next time, I came on twice. I'm coming on the third.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna have you on the third, man. I just want to plant a seed. Well, it's not really planting a seed, but I sincerely need you to plug me with Big E, man. If I could get him on, because I just think his story, like I'm not sure if a lot of wrestling fans even know that he used to be a football player. He played it. I don't think a lot of people know that. Like, so I'm so intrigued in his story,
bro. I don't want to
I've only
man.
talked to him. I've only spoke to him like twice, and we was like in the weight room, like, so it was never like a lengthy conversation. Like, I know you got a better relationship with him.
I'll definitely reach out to the big bro, man. And see what's going on.
I know he probably super busy. They back in the ring.
I'll definitely do that.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
Yeah, man.
Yes,
their schedules are insane. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Because I know he's doing so much with the entertainment. I know he got his own podcast as well, with his tag teammate. So yeah, man. Those guys are fun to watch. When I would love to talk to him.
Yeah, look, this nigga got a cartoon. He was on all that. Like he everywhere, bro. He might be in movies soon, man. So no doubt. I'm definitely want to chop with him. Definitely want to chop with him for you, all right?
Yeah, definitely.
My man.
Good, man. Well, yeah, have a good night, bro, and I appreciate you jumping on, man. We'll be in touch.
You too. Appreciate you, man. We'll be in touch.
All right. Yes, sir, man. So, yeah, I appreciate Mike Daniels for jumping on episode 44. Still trying to navigate this thing with the phone because of my laptop. Still trying to navigate this thing because of my phone. I mean, because something was wrong with my laptop. But I thought this was a really, really, really dope episode with Mike D for episode 44. And super excited to start up episode 45. Obviously, sometime this week, we got Carl Davis coming up next, New England Patriots defensive tackle. And really, really hope that I can get the professional wrestler Big E on as well. He played football at the University of Iowa. He has a tremendous story. So hoping I can get him on as well. So yeah, until the next time, peace.
Subscribe to LSD TV to become an official member, but you already knew that, where we dig deep and find our hustle, and every single day, we are better than yesterday. Subscribe.